In this video, I wanted to talk about the muscular Christian, specifically the muscular Catholic position on the sin that is gluttony. And I also wanted to talk about how so many Christians completely overlook gluttony altogether, and they can be very overweight. The Catholic Church, Catholic saints, and the Holy Bible all have warned about the dangers and consequences of overindulging in food. The Catholic Church takes a balanced approach to food, in my opinion, because during Lent we have a period where we restrict and limit our caloric intake, but the Church also allows days for feast as well. Gluttony, according to the Baltimore Catechism, is the inordinate desire for food and drink. Gluttony is classified as a capital sin. It is not one of the greatest sins in itself, but it is a behavior and a trait that causes people to commit real damaging sins. And those of us who practice muscular Catholicism, we adhere to muscular Christianity and live a bodybuilding lifestyle and have a bodybuilding discipline, we are more equipped to reject gluttony and drunkenness. And because bodybuilders, we realize the importance of restricting our caloric intake, keeping it at a certain level in order to maintain a healthy and aesthetic physique. What is surprising to me is how so many so-called traditional-minded Christians ignore the importance of the body altogether and do damage to it with their out-of-control diets. Sadly, this is also the case with quite a few traditional Catholics, and they should definitely know better. So it isn't just the stereotype of the big belly, anti-alcohol Southern Baptists who go overboard eating too much. This is also a problem with Catholics too. Martin Luther, who spurred the Protestant Reformation in the 1500s, was an unashamed glutton. And he was rather overweight, really was a pretty big fat man for the time, and he overindulged in food and drink, as he believed in sinning boldly. But as an adherent of muscular Christianity and being a muscular Catholic, I definitely believe in the importance of our bodies, and God is better served altogether and represented when we as men are strong and physically capable. Not only just men, but women need to be limit their caloric intake as well, so they can be capable and there for their families and children. We also have the point that strong men also can better protect our families and communities. Gluttony, in my opinion, turns for the worse when a man or a woman with a family, they allow themselves to become fatter and fatter and fatter. And if this behavior is not changed and remedied, they begin to develop long-term health problems. You could get away with this behavior while you're young for a little while, but eventually you keep doing this damage to the body and carrying excess weight, it's going to catch up to you. But what happens is, rather than become a help and inspiration to their families and others around them, they become a burden to their families because they develop these illnesses. So gluttony and overeating and being fat, it's ultimately selfish and self-destructive behavior, as you are harming your loved ones through your unrestrained eating habits. But men who are followers of Christ, really should know better. We should strive to become strong and capable and to inspire others and set an example, because our bodies are made in the image of God, and we should glorify Him by taking care of ourselves, taking care of our bodies, taking care of our families. And having a capable body is the best way possible to do this. And, that doesn't include going through life as a fat blob that can't control caloric intake. So that's just something to think about. People need to really take gluttony into more consideration and exercise some self-control.